there was an accident on the 105 when it was just like barely opening up. They called us, LA County Coroners gets there because, it's a crash scene, but they subcontracted us because they had 4 fatalities. So when we got there, there's the other car, there was foam all over the way, and the firefighters, the last of the firefighters are hosing it off. We get there, and my cousin's talking to the firefighters, like, go check what we got to do. So I go in there, and you see the guy. There was 2 guys. The other guy couldn't even make him out anymore, but the other guy, the passenger, you could see his seatbelt where it starts, and then it would disappear and it melts into his skin, and then it would come back out, and then like his clothes you see patches of clothes, and then it melts into his skin. You see like these yellow bubbles of pus and things like that. And he had no lips, so you could see all his teeth were exposed, and he had no eyeballs, and his eyes were like really big, and I'm just like, wow, this is trippy, So I told my cousin, hey, this guy's burning. I'm going to get the scissors. I'm going to cut him out and start the thing. He's like, all right, I'm doing the paperwork. Go ahead. So I went back over there, and as I start to cut his seatbelt, he's like, "Are you gonna get me out of here?" And I'm like, of course, I freaking fall back on my ass, and I run, and I tell the firefighter, he's alive. And the firefighter, they've been dead for 45 minutes. I'm like, he's alive. He just spoke to me. So he starts walking over to the car, and as soon as he gets there, he gets on his radio, and he starts doing his thing. And then within like 5 minutes, the paramedics are back out there and everything like that. And I'm standing there now, and my cousin's like tripping out because I don't think he'd ever seen that before. They get the guy out of the car, and they start putting him on the gurney. He's like, I want to talk to my wife. I want to talk to my wife. I want to talk to my wife. And, I mean, he's gurgling and everything, but you know what he's saying. And there's no sense of urgency, though. And I'm like, wow, what's going on? What's going on? And as they get him on, and they start to strap him on, and they're trying to take they're trying to take something, but they can't do anything. And all of a sudden, the guy starts shaking, and he just dies out. Wow. And then they start walking like, he's better off this way, and that it's like the firefighters and the police department had the same attitude and sense of humor that we all do. I think nurses might have the same thing, because it's like when you're dealing with so much death, you distance yourself from everything, and sometimes that's the best way to deal with it, is just have a sense of humor.